So let's do lecture 20, where we'll continue with the functions. Now arbitrary arguments, whatever I explained you last time, that if I have number of arguments fixed, right, then we cannot change that number, but we can using arbitrary arguments, that a star that we can put. Okay, in this case it will receive a tuple. Okay, and we can also pass keys with their values. Okay, and we can have default parameters, and we can do arbitrary keyword arguments. We can pass a dictionary. Okay, so we'll do it. This was the thing that we were doing, right? And we got an error. So if I use arbitrary arguments, arbitrary means I don't know the number of arguments that will be passed. So basically I'll just put a star in front of it and put the argument, right? When I don't know the exact number of I could say exact number of elements or arguments to be passed in a function. Okay, let's see. I'm making a new total sum new. And I'm putting marks. Okay. Now I'm just putting this sum is equal to 0. Okay, and since this is a tuple, as I told you, this marks will be treated as tuple. So I'm just assigning some mark plus sum, and it will go on as a loop. So there could be 5 subjects, there could be 3 subjects, there could be 2 subjects, and when I come out of the loop, every element in the marks has been checked. We'll get the sum of it together and we can print it, right? So basically marks is a tuple which will have mark. There could be 3 elements, there could be 4 elements, there could be 5 elements, 2 elements. So we'll just keep on adding them in the for loop. And now you see, if I use total sum new 3, okay, then I'll do total sum new 2, then I'll do total sum new 5 elements to it. Okay, and now I run it. So every element has been taken and there is no error in this. Okay, so when I don't know number of elements have to be passed, I will be using the arbitrary argument, right? That's putting a star. So 3, 2, 5, all are correct. Nothing is wrong. Okay. Now there's a keyword argument. So a keyword argument is we will be giving the value to the argument, and this will also help us understand default arguments, right? Now there is this function that I'm making, greeting, name and message. Okay, and it should return me the obviously hi, whatever the name has been entered, and the message. Okay, plus sign must right. So I've written hi and then I've used name and message. Now I can call greeting, right? Greeting, I will say just pass 2 strings as arguments, Simmer, and the message is how are you. When I print it, it will be like hi Simmer, how are you? Okay, so this is clear. A function has been made and it has been called. Now if I miss out something, there are 2 arguments that have to be used and I miss out one argument, what will happen? Right? This one is for the first one. I think the error, one second, let me run it again. Yeah, I think error is above. Okay, yes, here it is. Greeting, missing one required positional argument, message. So message, we need that message thing, but I haven't given it. So what I can do, I can give message a value, that even if there is nobody who's giving a message, let's say hello to the person, and this is called default argument. Suppose I'm not giving any value while calling the function, so whatever value has been assigned while defining the function, that will be called. So if I say Ira, it will say hi Ira, hello. That is the default it is taking up, right? And if I am giving a value, it will just replace it with that value. Okay. Now let me, so yes, if I am giving a name also to it, right? Name, suppose ABC. Okay, and message I am just giving hi, right? I'm now calling the function greeting new, and I have passed no arguments to it. It will return ABC hi, but there's no space. I'll put some space there. Yeah. So even if I'm not putting any argument, when I have given default values to the argument, it won't cause me problem. It will just put the default values. But if I give some values to it, right, it will generate or print those values instead. So simmer hello, right? The earlier one was default. So this is the benefit that we get, right? When we pass. Now we can understand the arbitrary keyword arguments. So if I have the value, I have to pass it along the arguments, then we'll be using arbitrary keyword arguments that we also called it KAGS, KARGS, right? Now in the arbitrary arguments, it was only the tuple, but here we work with dictionary, right? So we have a key and a value. So let me write a function, define a function. I'll define a function called full name, okay? And here you will be using double star. In arbitrary arguments, we only use single star. In arbitrary keyword arguments, we'll be using double star. Again, for key and value in names, right? So this is how we do it in dictionary. Print, for every item, I would want to print only the value, okay? Whatever the value is. So let me just call this right. So the key is F name, value is Simmer, M name Preet, last name Man, okay? Similarly, I can have multiple in any number of, so if in another case I can just have the full name, right? In third case I will just have full name and last name. Okay, it's the L name it's giving error because both the arguments are keys are same, so I have to change this to F name. Okay, the keys have to be different. when I'm passing it. Now if I run it, I'll get Simar, Preet, Man, because I want only the values to be printed, right, when I call this function. So the first three are from the first, then the second, Kavya is from the second, and Arohi Shinde is from the third line, right? This is the arbitrary keywords. So where you have double star and you are working with the dictionary, right? So this is arbitrary keywords, arbitrary keyword arguments, and thank you for watching. I'll extend in next part.